24,000 miles on this thing, and I did a couple of things. I changed the oil and the rear drive oil, and I went to, I believe it's the 14 gram weights. So much nicer acceleration is so smooth. Like every time I ride this bike, I just think it's really one of the nicest bikes ever. It's got enough for everything, including highway. I've been routinely doing highway while I'm doing deliveries, and I'm talking about like 50 miles an hour, 60, 65 miles an hour on 95. You know, of course you're not going to be going too fast, and that's the thing with the sliders, the heavier 19 gram sliders. On the highway it's much nicer. So if you do intend on going on the highway for a while, having the 19 gram weights is actually better. It seems like it lowers the revs, and it feels like the bike is not as stressed. It's what I like about this particular bike is that it gives you just enough speed. It's got really good gas mileage, and it feels really agile. When you step up to a 300, like the X Max or something, yeah, it's agile, it's fast, but it doesn't have that incredible agility that something like this has. The more centralized mass that you have, you do lose that quickness. And I think that's what I like about scooters. It's that the agility that they have, and this one is incredible. When you go down to a 50, I mean, those things you can like just throw them around like crazy, but they're just so dangerously slow that it feels like you're going to get run over by a car. This thing just moves. It surprises a lot of cars off the line. Is the PCX still good? Look, this is the first generation PCX150. Previously, I believe they brought the 125 to the US, but I haven't ever seen one for sale. And I don't think I'd like the 125. I think the 150 is perfect. Because in the US, we don't have those staggered licensing that we need a 125. That's why when I look at the Zuma 125, and I'm like, you know, it's a little underpowered. It's not too bad, but because we don't need those regulated licensing tiers, there's no point of having a 125 in the US. Acceleration on the stock weights is just incredible. This little thing will surprise many a cars. And I left my head silly beating Mustangs, Chargers off the line. They just don't expect it. They do not expect a little scooter, a guy delivering with a huge box, to take off and beat them off the line. And something with 24,000 miles that's still riding perfectly, I think that's hard to beat. So all the scooters around this area, they've been slowly disappearing. And as you guys know, a lot of the scooters are Chinese. And every time they go by, they make like very different sounds than this bike. This bike with 24,000 miles still sounds brand new. And when I roll past one of those tank 200s, they sound like what you'd expect, like they're rattling themselves to death. This is the one that I hop on for little deliveries and just going to the grocery store. And as far as a bike that you can get away with a lot of stuff, a little scooter definitely flies under the radar for doing all sorts of things that you shouldn't be doing, like riding on the sidewalk. And you might be wondering, why are you riding on the sidewalk? Well, when you're doing deliveries, sometimes you hop on the sidewalk to look for a house or to figure out where you're going. And on a motorcycle, people just tend to be much more aggressive and a little bit on the ruder side. But on a scooter, people just don't seem to care all that much. I think that car wanted to see how fast the scooter was. You see that? It takes off like a bat out of hell. A beautiful thing about this bike is how predictable and easy it is to flick around, make U-turns. It feels like a, well, dare I say it, almost like a bicycle. I think for city riding, if you live in this area, this is adequate to get out of aggressive drivers' ways and actually just beat cars off the line. It's just so nice. Now the only thing that I see a problem with this is it's got a drum brake in the rear and a front disc brake. I wish that the brakes and the suspension on scooters were better. It just seems like they're missing out on just the very basic components that make riding better. And of course, because these things are budget bikes, beginners get them. At the braking of the Zuma is actually better. They put disc brakes front and rear, and that's what Honda should have done for this and the ADV, and they didn't. The ADV 150, 160 still has a drum rear. That's insane. At other scooters that I really liked, the Yamaha C3, I love that. The Ruckus, I kind of liked it. The T-Max, but nothing compares to this one. This one's better than all of them. And I've ridden Vespas, and Vespas are nice, but what I just can't get over the Vespa is the price of it. I don't think you get 3 times the bike that this is. Sure, the Vespa is a little bit better as far as like components and the workmanship. I don't think you get the reliability. I know this might be controversial because BMW and Vespa guys are kind of the same people. Never have the right gear. They're always like pretending they're in some Roman holiday movie, and they're basically having like half helmets. It's the same reason people get hurt in quad accidents. It's because they let their guard down. They're like drinking coffee, they got flip-flops, and because they think they have 4 wheels that they're safer, so those things are always like rolling over onto them, as opposed to the dirt bike guys that have full gear all the time and full helmets. And of course, we just had the Trump assassination attempt. Yeah. And it was only 3.5 hours from here. It's like north of Pittsburgh. I've actually gone to Pittsburgh. It's kind of a strange old city. That guy, I never thought of Trump as being brave, but what he did after he got shot, and I've heard a lot of people downplaying the fact that he got shot. I mean, he was millimeters away from death. And it was just not one bullet. Apparently it was, I heard it was either 5 to 8 bullets that was fired. Because remember, one guy, I forgot his name, the firefighter died. That's 1 bullet. Then 2 other people got injured. And then I'm sure there was a bunch of other bullets. Some people counted 8. And it's incredible that after, even when Trump was on the ground, like he had no idea what happened. He assumed there was bullets, and the guy got up and he pumps his fist in the air. Yeah, it's incredible that he dodged bullets. I mean, this guy, like, nobody can get rid of him. You might as well just let him be president. That is the ultimate badass thing I've ever seen. Old Glory. Look at this guy. That's a pretty custom bike. That actually looks pretty cool. I don't think I'd ever own one, but I can appreciate the art form. I think I just got a flat tire. And I was coming off of Route 29, about to go into a corner, and I just felt the bike slide. So I'm going to pull over, check out to see what the hell's happening, but I almost lost it on a ramp. Yep, flat tire. God damn. Second flat tire I've had on this bike. Let's see, is there a nail or something? I don't see a nail. Whew. And I don't have a pump with me. The tire's just so unbelievably hot. Oh boy. Alright. Well, that cuts my delivery short. I still have some tire. I mean, is there a freaking advanced auto parts here? But that's pretty much it. I can't do any deliveries this way. Yeah, I smell the tire. I smell that freaking tire. The bike is riding so nice. I can't believe it. Let me see. Yeah, look at that. I forgot my freaking thing. You got a flat tire, don't keep driving on it. Pull over. I was going on a major highway with a flat tire, and I didn't notice it because it was all straight. And then I got off the ramp to come here. This is beautiful Fulton. And boom, I felt like the bike squirm and slide. And you know, one of the things I've had with this is that I've had a puncture. I also had the tire leak from the rim, and then I put some Fix-A-Flat, and that seemed to have worked. But now I have another flat, and I don't know exactly where it's coming from, but I think it might be, you see the rim? Oh, here we go. Oh, look at this. It's leaky here. So it's coming from the same puncture, and you see this? That's the rim kind of coming loose. Look at this. Because I have put some sealant in there. So I am glad I caught this in time. And of course, the tire's already pretty much... Hey! Yeah, you see that? Look at this. Yeah, it's coming from the exact same hole as before. It's not too bad of a hole, but yeah. Because there's moisture inside. Look at this. Look how much it's coming out. I got a new plug in there. I put some sealant, put some air, and now I'm going to go see if it'll last to get home. Let's get out of here. So I got a new plug. My father came and helped me out. Mad props to that guy. Dropped everything he was doing to help. And man, oh yeah, it's riding so much nicer. So I'm just going to take it easy on the way back because I don't want that plug to fly off. But you know, usually these plugs do last quite a bit. But that pretty much destroyed my momentum for doing deliveries today. So I'm cutting my delivery short, but I was not expecting a flat tire. You know, it actually is kind of amazing that I didn't crash. You know, all of these close calls are always way too close. I mean, I got the flat. The only time I figured out I got a flat was going on this ramp. You know, coming off of it. There was a car behind me. So you have to be extremely careful. I'm lucky that the person behind me was kind of far. I managed to pull into the shoulder. And yep, I think I'll be able to make it home. One thing that I need to do is carry a tire plug kit with me at all times. Alright guys, another bad thing that just happened. My phone dropped out. Unbelievable. So I'm going to see if I can find it. But all of these cars are probably just running right over it. Okay guys, this is where the phone dropped off as I was approaching down this hill. So I'm going to have to be very careful. I hope I can see it, but I'm going to have to hop on the shoulder here. Let's see, hopefully I'll see it. Maybe it went... Maybe it went somewhere. I'm like looking in the grass. Like I hit like a bump. I don't see it anywhere. I do not see that phone. What is this? What is this here? Just a bunch of trash. Damn it. This is so dangerous to hang out in the middle of a highway. I do not see this thing. What is this? The shiny thing. Nope. Yeah, I just don't want to hang out here. It could have gone to the other side, but I think I lost it. That's an expensive mistake. And it's mostly because of the card in there. Where did it go? It's got to be maybe on that left side. Oh man, I lost the phone. I was hoping on a Angry D moment. I was hoping on an Angry D moment. I needed the SD card.